I was 21 years old at the time, flat broke, and working for a small consultancy firm that barely registered in the industry. We weren't influential, we weren't respected, and I certainly wasn't important. I was at the very bottom of the ladder. My paycheck covered rent and groceries, nothing more. Still, I had big dreams, traveling, studying abroad, building a life somewhere else. And if I ever wanted to make that happen, I knew I'd need another income stream. That was around the time OnlyFans started gaining serious traction. For anyone unfamiliar, it's a subscription platform where creators, mostly women, share photos and videos with paying followers. Often adult content, often controversial. Some people hated it, others praised it, but what caught my attention were the stories of women making serious money from home. I knew I wasn't some internet celebrity, but I figured I had nothing to lose. Maybe I could make enough on the side to fund my escape. So I made an account. I recorded a short intro video, uploaded a few risque photos, and waited. It felt like casting a fishing line into a dark ocean. After a few weeks, I had a small handful of subscribers, each paying $10 a month. Some tipped extra or paid for custom content. I made myself a rule: every cent would go into my travel fund. Once I had enough to leave, I'd delete the account and never look back. Around that time, work got busier. One afternoon I attended a business conference with my coworkers. It was one of those exhausting networking events where everyone blends together, same suits, same haircuts, same empty smiles. I handed out dozens of business cards. Where I live, it's still standard practice, even for someone as low-level as me. By the end of the day, my head was spinning with names I knew I'd never remember. That night, drained from socializing, I logged into my OnlyFans before bed. I had a new subscriber. His username was painfully generic, John Smith. The moment he saw me online, he messaged. $10 a month? Netflix charges more. Worth it. You're beautiful. I thanked him. He followed up with a few harmless questions. Did I have a dog? No. Was I dating anyone? No. Did I live with my parents? I told him I had a roommate who was out of town. You really are gorgeous, he wrote. Mind if I make a request? I said it depended on what he wanted and how much he tipped. For $5, he replied, would you take a picture pouting into the camera? I was exhausted, but money was money. I touched up my makeup, snapped the photo, and locked it behind a paywall. He unlocked it immediately and sent more praise. Then came another request. Feet. Another $5. I rolled my eyes but complied. More requests followed, each time $5, $10, easy money. Shoes, poses, nothing extreme. Eventually he made a different offer. $10 if you add me on Instagram. I hadn't posted on Instagram in over a year. Barely anyone followed me. It felt harmless. I accepted the tip and added him. Out of curiosity, I clicked his profile. No posts. No bio. But the story ring around his profile picture was lit. I tapped it. The first video made my blood run cold. It was my house. Filmed from the woods behind it. Timestamp, 2 hours ago. The next story appeared automatically. A new angle, closer. Across the street. The third was uploaded minutes earlier. It zoomed in on my bedroom window, the only room with the light on. Then my phone buzzed. Let me in. I locked my bedroom door and called the police, hands shaking so badly I nearly dropped my phone. As I spoke, his messages kept coming. Come outside. I'll come in if you don't. Downstairs, the door handle began to rattle. I screamed out my window, but this wasn't a neighborhood where people rushed to help. The rattling turned to pounding. Then silence. I thought he'd left. A moment later, glass shattered. Sirens wailed in the distance. By the time police arrived, the man was gone. They searched the area and found nothing. They advised me to stay somewhere else. While packing, I checked my phone. One last message from John Smith. Pleasure doing business with you. At my parents' house, sleep didn't come. The realization hit me the next day. My business card. It had my home address printed on it. The conference. The timing. It couldn't have been coincidence. I gave the police everything I could, but there was nothing to trace. The Instagram account vanished. I quit OnlyFans immediately. I moved back in with my parents, but I couldn't quit my job. Every client meeting after that felt like Russian roulette. I couldn't stop wondering if the man across from me was the same one who'd stood outside my door. Some time later, against my better judgment, I tried again. I told myself it would be different. I was single. Careful. Discreet. I lived with my parents, so I only created content when they were gone. I told no one. Within months, the money shocked me. A real following. Real income. I treated myself to new clothes. One day, while shopping, I live-streamed for my subscribers, asking their opinions. I did that often, cafes, malls, daily life. It felt communal. Friendly. That night, I received a message from one of my biggest supporters. Thanks for lying to us. You never said you had a boyfriend. I was confused. I told him I was single. He accused me of being stupid. Said he'd noticed the same guy in multiple streams. The one in the green shirt. I checked the footage. There he was. Tall. Muscular. Late 20s. Dark circles under his eyes. Thinning hair. Always behind me. In every video. Sometimes distant. Sometimes close. Always watching. I stopped posting. Stayed alert. Told myself he'd get bored. I was wrong. Weeks later, my parents went away for the weekend. I uploaded new photos. Started a live stream. Went downstairs for water. A comment popped up. Who's the man at your window? I turned. He was pressed against the glass. Smiling. I ran. Locked myself in the bathroom. Called my parents. Police were already on the way. The kitchen window was open. He was inside. Calling my username. I barely made it to the attic before he broke down the door. I stayed there, shaking, as he tore my house apart. When police arrived, they found chloroform residue. My laptop was gone. They never found him. I've never posted again. And I never will.